Hi, Bharath. Thank you for your essays. Now let's see what we have here. So these days, more and more people are traveling domestically or internationally. There are clearly many benefits to it, but there are some who argue that it has also some drawbacks, advantages, disadvantages, right? Give reasons for your answers, include relevant examples. Okay. Nowadays, many people have started to visit places that are located either within the country or overseas. Okay. Okay. Evidently, there are lots. There is a lot of positive effects to it. It's better if you say to it and don't use lots, because a lot is neutral and lots is very informal. A lot of positive effects to it, but sorry, he'll feel that there are demerits behind traveling. The pros and cons. Few or a few. If you say few, that means it's okay, just a small number of people thinks that there are demerits. But if you say a few, that means, well, there are some opinions that see the disadvantages. So the pros and cons about travel will be discussed with some specific examples. Okay. How about your opinion? How about your opinion? Okay. You see, they say discuss the advantages and disadvantages of traveling, but still, you really have to state your stance. So, are there more advantages or disadvantages, or 50-50 depending on? So, you really have to be more specific in the introduction. People have started to travel. Look at this. People have started to visit. People have started to travel. You have the same structure all over again, and that echoes unpleasantly. Domestically, due to either living in a place far away from their family or work, or to seek relaxation by visiting their favorite place after working the whole week strenuously. Okay, good ideas, but if you say people started to travel too often, this means that you're not happy with this. Are you not happy with this? Are you sure you're not happy? Because this paragraph overall looks positive. I don't know. I'm not sure. And this confusion shouldn't be there. There should never be any confusion or any second thoughts or any reading between the lines in an IELTS essay. So perhaps you could rephrase this. And also, this is a bit awkward. Perhaps I could say it like this. I personally, people travel. People travel to numerous places. First of all, either domestically. Oh, no. I'm trying to figure out what's the main idea here, and I can't do that. Okay. What's the topic sentence? Topic sentence. Main idea. What is the main idea of this paragraph? Is this the main idea? This leads to tiredness and difficulty for them to work effectively on Monday mornings at work? Is this the main idea? If this is, you really have to put it here at the beginning. Due to the fact that people take too many trips and become overexcited and overimpressed with all the places they see. Again, I'm making things up because I don't know. Or due to the fact that people relax too much, it becomes more difficult to them to return to the routine of their workplace. Something like this. You really need the main idea, and I can't see it. Okay, it's clear why they are traveling. I can see the explanation. There are popular cities in the U.S., such as Chicago. Sorry, New York is not spelled like that, but like this. Los Angeles, and Las Vegas, which are ideal for weekend vacations. Depends where you live. You can't really go on the weekend there. I mean, living in Canada, it depends on which place in Canada, right? So let's assume I live in Toronto. I can't go to Chicago or New York because that's really close. Los Angeles and Las Vegas, I don't think so. Not for the weekend, no. People living by these places love to travel by road. You say, do you mean by these places? Do you mean close to these places? Because you didn't mention this before. Love to travel by road without worrying about the duration of travel, since it helps them to get satisfied. But the disadvantage is that there would be heavy traffic while reaching those city limits, and it gives discomfort while driving. This leads to tiredness and difficulty for them to work effectively to return to work effectively. Okay, I can see that you have nice ideas here, but I'm not sure what's the main idea. Is it that they travel too much? Is it that there are popular places to go close by? Is it that the main difficulty is the traffic, which leads to tiredness? I don't know, because you haven't said. So paragraphs like that are incoherent, and this is where you lose points. Coherence. I understand all the ideas, but I don't understand why they're all together. People also have started traveling again. You really have to do something about this. Look, have started, right? So get rid of the same form and the same verb. International due to some reasons, like working internationally by leaving families behind in their home countries, like Indians, or visiting favorite destinations for seasonal vacations like summer. The ideas are good. The wording is not quite. So what's the main idea of this paragraph? Why people started traveling internationally? I'm not sure. So you really have to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of traveling, which I can't see. I am not sure I can see them. Okay. So some of the reasons for international travel are the following. First of all, working abroad and unfortunately leaving families behind in their home countries, such as the example of Indians. Or secondly, visiting favorite destinations for seasonal vacations, like in summer, something like this. This would be an approximate rephrase for this paragraph. These Indians, and again, you have mentioned this example up there, and then you go on with it. So the connection between these sentences is not really good. Coherence again. These Indians lead them to think. What do you mean by lead them to think of meeting their families whenever they have time? And this has engrossed the flight companies to increase the availability of their flights. I am not sure I understand the sentence at all. I'm sorry, Bharath. The disadvantage is that it will be tiring because there would be long hauls in between. The disadvantage for home, after reaching the international country, you cannot say international country. Sleep cycle will get disturbed and it's hard to cope up with the time for the few days. Oh, you mean the jet lag? Okay. Due to the jet lag, a person's sleep cycle will be disturbed, and it will be hard for this person to cope up with the time change for a few days. Okay, again, the grammar needs correction, as I mentioned, and the whole paragraph needs rethinking, because I'm not sure what's the main idea. I could equally like copy paste this and put it here, and it is the same thing. I'm not sure what you mean by this. So traveling international domestic would be exciting, but at the same time, the person has to consider here's a harassing time if I have to getting tired during travel, becoming tired. No verb get in essays. Okay, so I'm not sure that you answered the question appropriately. I haven't seen the clear benefits. I haven't seen the clear disadvantages because they are mixed up, all of them. You have structured your essay by domestic and international travel, but perhaps you could have structured that by advantages or disadvantages, and then include domestic versus international within the paragraph. So this would have been much easier, and I don't understand completely where your idea is. So this is your opinion, right? So I'm not sure that this is your opinion or just a generalization. So as I told you, state your stance clearly, rewrite your paragraphs and write a clear topic sentence which comprise one main idea. The same for the second body paragraph. Reorganize the ideas and make sure that your explanations and examples are clear. I'm not sure that I always understand what you mean as it was here. I got the part for the sleep cycle, but all of this is so disconnected and so incoherent that it needs a good rethinking and a good rewriting, and I'm sure you can do it. it's difficult. I know it might make little sense, but it's this type of error is the most difficult to correct for me because I would have to sit down and rewrite the whole thing for you, which I won't do. I can tell you what the problem is. I can tell you what is missing, what needs to be added, but I cannot rewrite it for you. So I really hope that you understood what I meant by choosing a topic sentence and the main idea, concentrating on that main idea and explaining and supporting and concluding on it appropriately. If you're not sure how to structure the essay, go back to the lectures in the online course and revisit the acronym for writing the essay. And I'm sure that things will become easier. Anyway, re-watch the materials of the course because apparently you are not quite at ease with the planning, with a clear planning of the essay. Okay, this as much as I can say. Now let's have a look at the letter. You began working in a new company. You'll write a letter to your friend. Okay. Dear Raghu, okay. Hope you and your family are doing well. I have an exciting news for you. You either say I have exciting news for you or you say I have an exciting piece of news, which is less typical. Last month I have been offered a job from an automotive component manufacturing company located in Michigan, and it's been working in this company. What do you mean by this? I'm not sure what you mean by this. What did you mean by this? Do you mean it's been a while working in this company? So I don't understand what you meant by this part. Sorry. Okay, when this happens, you lose points in task completion and definitely language, because it's due to language that you lose comprehension. Okay. I resigned from my previous job because I did not find a challenging task to work for past 6 months to work on for the past 6 months, and I usually work my regular tasks for mass production. I'm not sure that you need and here, perhaps another linking word, because I'm not sure how the rest of the sentence connects to this. The question that I get after this sentence is, oh, okay, so what? This new company has offered me a position as a project engineer, and they have many ongoing projects happening which will last for at least a year. At least a year. Okay. If you want to put a comma here, but again, I would either reconsider using and, because, you know, look at this. You have and here and here. Try to use a better range of linking words, conjunctions, cohesive devices to show the connections that you want. I'm not sure that you simply want to add information. Maybe you want to show cause effect, result. I don't know. You say it, because you really need to choose something else here. For example, this new company has offered me a position as a project engineer. Which makes me very happy, as they have many ongoing projects happening, many ongoing projects, which will last for at least a year. This, as a result, will keep me engaged and, I don't know, excited for a very long time, which makes me happy, something like this. My new workplace is totally different from my previous company. I think you're overusing the word company. And it has a dynamic environment. What do you mean by dynamic environment? I would explain this, because if I were your friend, I would ask you, Bharath, what do you mean by this? The amazing part is that I will be mostly working in the shop floor, in or on the projects, on which projects? On various probably projects, and even provide technical assistance for mass production. I'm also having a lot of fun with my coworkers. If you have also, you don't need the two. Okay, this is kind of orphaned, and it's a very lonely sentence. Perhaps you would like to explain how this works, or I don't know, develop, because this is a different idea from this. So I would connect. Oh, no, cancel that. So this is one paragraph. This is another one. This is a third one. The coworkers. Um, I would separate it because this is the fun part. And then you say, is this your updates regarding your life? My parents have found me a suitable match for your marriage, and I will soon. So I would say not and, but so, right? As a result, like, look at this, I'm getting married. Look at this. I will soon invite you for my wedding too. Okay, good, great, congratulations. Let's stay in touch more often and convey my regards to your family too. Thanks and warm regards, first name, last name. Okay, I have a question here. This is your friend, right? And you address him by his first name. Then why do you write in such a formal style to him? Hope you and your family are doing well. Um, you sign with your full name, perhaps just on the opposite from the formal cover letters and letters of complaint. Perhaps you could write in a more relaxed way. Use more for phrasal verbs, fewer formal words like and the grammatical expression like "let us." How about "let's"? Right? This is much more relaxed, much more conversational. So write in a friendlier, warmer way. Okay, so perhaps adding that would improve the quality of this informal letter, right? Okay, anyway, great task achievement. You have explained everything about your job. Perhaps you could develop the fun part. Other than that, this is nice. Just again, refresh and revise the materials of the course on essay writing and make sure that you um, figure it out how to structure your essay, because I cannot lecture right now in one correction video. I have not corrected most of the grammar here. Well, I did verbally because, again, I would end up rewriting the whole paragraph. Okay, that is it, and all the best of luck. I'm sure that you can improve.